Alright, guys, forgive me if I'm late with this topic, but I think it's important that we talk about it as well. So, recently there was Durban July, or if it's still happening, I'm not sure. I don't afford to attend those events, right? So, I want to talk about Julius Malema and Kunene later on. So, the first thing is Julius Malema has been trending for wearing shoes that cost about 28 to 30,000 rand. And there seems to be an energy of outrage towards the fact that he was wearing those shoes at that event. Now you can only imagine how much the suit he was wearing is. You can only imagine the dress that his wife was also wearing, right? And I do understand the criticism because he works for economic freedom fighters, and most of the time when they are in parliament, you will see them in red berets and their red clothing, representing the normal folk of the country, right? And with that in mind, people expect that this person outside of parliament, they'll also have the same image no matter where they go. And you can imagine Durban July is an event of the upper echelon of the country, or some that pretend to be the upper echelon of the country. And being around that kind of space, you want to also present yourself as a person who belongs within that space, right? Now, my question is, doesn't Julius Malema get a salary from being a leader of the EFF? And if he does get a salary, does he not have the right to spend his money however he deems it okay for him? And the other thing is that his wife also gets paid, and I assume she gets paid very well in the corporate space, whatever job she's working. I actually don't know that much about her either, right? So we look at it this way. Let's say he was the CFO or CEO of a company, and it was a corporate private company, and he was as famous as he is, but not in politics. Would there be the same amount or the same kind of outrage about the fact that he was wearing such expensive shoes? And I honestly don't think that he would have been seen as somebody who is a how do I put this? I don't think if he was a CEO, there would have been that outrage. Let's just put it that simply, right? So I think we should take into consideration that this person does get a salary, and he does have the right to spend his salary on himself, however, how he wishes. Now, when it comes to the EFF and him as an individual, a little bit, there should be a bit of a thin line in which we separate the human and the political party. The political party has a job to do. Julius Malema, as the leader of the EFF, has a job to do within the space of politics, within government. But as a person individually on the side, I think I'm playing devil's advocate a bit. I think he does have his own right to spend his own money how he wishes to spend it. If everything else in his life is sorted, I don't see why he should not spend on luxury. Because here's the thing, we know many politicians who live that sort of lifestyle. They are very flashy. You can go to a conker and you will see them being very flashy. Now, am I defending him? I think I may be defending him a little bit, because this guy does afford to buy that shoe. So I don't truly see a problem with that he was wearing that shoe. I don't truly see a problem. And with Kunene, now Kunene was trending a bit as well on Facebook, and they were showing a bill. I don't know where that bill was from. It was from an event, and they had drinks and whatever. It was more than 100K, and the tip for the night was 11,000 rand. And he was also seen taking a picture with a known blesser in the country, right? And okay, with that one, there's not that much outrage. But what I think, since he is in the political space, there is a certain image, of course, that he has to uphold. We already know him for being the sushi king, but now he's no longer sushi king. He's a political leader or a political figure in the Patriotic Alliance. If you look at Gaten Mackenzie, back in the days of ZA, the club that they had, he also lived a bit of that lifestyle, but he has since removed himself, as he is now involved in politics. And as much as Kunene is a person himself, again, just like Julius Malema, I will defend the fact that he is a person, and we've always known him for being flashy. And the cool thing, or the good thing about him, is that maybe not yet, but the money that he spends when he goes out to these places is his own money from his own businesses. So, sharp fede, there should be a little bit of more respectable behavior from him since he is now in the political space. But at the same time, I also think that he has the right to live his life however he wishes. And the good thing is that the money that he is spending in those events is his own money. So for people who are judging these politicians for living their life the way that they are living, I think we should also think about the fact that they get salaries from their jobs. Some of them have businesses, and those who are corrupt, they should be called out. But those who are making their own money and spending their own money and not the state's money, the taxpayers' money, let them live. Let's let these people be. Yeah, that's my 2 cents. Let's have a conversation. Tell me what you think. Leave it in the comments.